We at Breakthru Beverage, Virginia have a responsibility to our customers and communities that enjoy Tito's handmade vodka. We're inspired by the philanthropic efforts of Tito Beverage. In that spirit of giving, we celebrate Black History Month by celebrating our community leaders. We sat down with Richmond, Virginia icons DJ Lonnie B and Kelly Lemon. What's important to Kelly and Lonnie will impact the community far beyond Black History Month.
So I'm Kelly Lemon, self-proclaimed social entrepreneur, run a coffee shop downtown, on-air personality for Radio 1 Richmond, have a podcast called Coffee with Strangers, tri-owner of Virginia Black Restaurant Experience, which is the big group that houses Richmond Black Restaurant Experience, and some other things around the city, but more importantly, I am interested in how people are living this city dope and different, and more when I talk about social, I mean like how we party and how we having fun, how are we spending time with our family, outside of our jobs and our career, and the day-to-day struggles with life. Yeah.
And of course, I go by the name of Lonnie Battle, known on the streets as DJ Lonnie B. I've been DJing in Richmond now for 30 years. I've been on the radio for 20 years. I do this party with a collective of my friends called the Art of Noise, which is probably by far one of the biggest things that I've been attached to. I am one of the founding members of a legendary rap group called the Super Friends. And more importantly to me, a father, a family man and a community man.
Black History Month to me means, this is just our anniversary of celebrating Black 365. When you look at Virginia, and 1 in 4 Blacks came from Virginia, that's documented. And we're about to celebrate 400 years this year. We're the root. Just being honest, being from Tidewater, growing up on Hampton University's campus, that Emancipation Oak, things were signed right there. We were kind of freed first, kind of right there. And so I think just even being the capital of the Confederacy, knowing that we still dealing with some drama today with, all of that. So I think that it makes you proud to be a Virginian, because we know the struggles that we had to go through here. And then you think about Richmond in general, the culture and the history, Jackson Ward, Harlem of the South, some of the most influential Blacks have come through that part of town. Chitlin Circuit, all those things, Hippodrome Theater, the Walker, Maggie Walker's Mansion, Bilbo Jangles Robinson, his story alone, shucking and jiving, and the Jefferson, that's how he used to get paid. So he'd go to the table and he'd shuck and jive, and then, they'd be like, oh, you did such a good job, let me give you some extra money. But, in his mind, he was acting and singing and getting his talent out there while he was being, a waiter. And, Maggie, just the fact she bought her whole family to get them out of slavery. She bought all of Jackson Ward, just the finance industry. It just makes you feel proud. You know where they were, where they shopped at, you know all about where they lived. And so I think, to me, when I look at, Black History Month, it's our anniversary to celebrate the fact that, we live this all year long, and especially we live it a little different in the state of Virginia.
Yeah. What she said, I told you. Everything she said there is what I feel. I don't even have too much to say about that. But for me, I would have to go back to my family, man. Family is such a major part of why I am who I am, like a strong family foundation. I'm a product of a single parent home. My father left my mom when I was 6 years old, so I had my uncles step into my life, and I would probably say play more of a fatherly / brotherly role, because they were too cool in my eyes to be a father, but they led me and gave me all of the knowledge that I probably wouldn't have had not having a father in my life. So when I think of the man that I am today, it's hard to not credit, my uncles. It's hard to not credit Alex Irby, who was the guy who worked at the Richmond Recreation and Parks, J.L. Francis Center that I grew up at. Every day after school, I was there with this guy who dedicated his life to the community and actually gave me my first opportunity to be a DJ.
Because he broke into
I
the
broke
community.
into this, yeah.
He broke into the community
I broke
center.
into a community center, and they actually, I don't want to say I broke into it because it was actually open.
You just
we
walked
just walked in there and
after
took some
hours.
things. Yeah. We walked in. It was actually during the day. We took some things, and of course, I took the boom box, and I got caught with the boom box. But instead of turning me into juvenile, which he could have called the police, he heard that I wanted to be a DJ. You know, so he said, "Well, I want you to come DJ these dances at J.L. Francis Recreation Center every Friday," and that's how we'll work things out. Not knowing that would be my first weekly gig in my DJ career, and him giving me a second chance at life is the reason that I'm here now. Who's to say what would have happened if it wouldn't have turned that way? I also got to give credit to Bill McGee in my music career. Bill McGee was the guy who gave me a lot of knowledge on the music industry, but also was still like that fatherly figure that just kind of told me things that I probably would have done without him in my life, but because I respected him, he kind of led me in the right direction. So I think, when I think of me, it's just everyday people who kind of stepped up in my life as men, real men, that were more like mentors in my life.
It's dope for big brands to say, like Breakthru Beverage, to be able to give back through us. We are out there doing the work, and we see these nonprofit organizations that are struggling to get donations and to get funding. One of the reasons why, we try to do Ready to Give and do some pop-up parties, to give back. So we are so excited that Community 50/50 is going to receive a little bit of money to kind of push them through. And they are a nonprofit organization that works with an after-school program, and it's all about beats, it's all about lifestyle, it's all about how you are being a better person through hip-hop.
For me, it means a lot to me because when you talk about after-school program and being one of those kids, like, it's hard for me not to take myself out of that because I am such a product of that, and I know how important it is for those kids to have whatever they need. And I think that it's just a dope program. Every kid is not going to get a college degree. Every kid is not going to get a basketball scholarship. But that doesn't mean that you can't end up being successful in life if you have dreams and passions and you believe in yourself enough to follow through with it. I was one of those kids, so to be able to be in a position, thanks to Breakthru, to be able to water these seeds of these other kids in the community that could grow up to be in the same positions that we're sitting in right now is really important.
And all through hip hop, like these after school programs, it's beats, it's art, it's life, it's all those things combined together. And shout out to them for doing the work, and especially the Breakthru for being able to give them more in order to do what they do in the community.